Satnam. Mashallah kiant ilorote sintiat iti uhrote mahalek. Saya Malikim Yahayak or Ote Amad. I am sorry about the lighting. It's terrible, but it's dark. It's late. I wanted to make this video quickly because Shunyot Orate Mahala Kimi Hintiamia Yosun Kumbrate Yashin. I've been holding space with the soul, the consciousness that walked on this planet in the body of many bodies, but in the body most well known as Mary Magdalene, the beloved disciple of Yeshua, of Isa. Milik endarateas ikin kiorotea mesh inchakarate mi holara eyikium porotea malakiating. She is an Andromedan being. Her soul is Andromedan, and she's on an Andromedan mothership now. And she has been projecting her consciousness and her message and her golden, beautiful crimson rose codes. That's the only way I can really describe it. This beautiful, like, deep crimson color that is flecked with this inner sparkle of gold radiance, and they are kind of just throbbing, pulsing and flowing through our conscious field. And when things like this happen, you'll start to the matrix will start responding by showing. All of a sudden Mary Magdalene stuff will start showing up everywhere around you, or you'll just find yourself thinking about her or Isa or Yeshua or any of these amazing beings that shared that timeline and operated through that timeline. So this whole video is a transmission of her. I am channeling her. I am holding her consciousness within me. Her codes are coming out through my voice, my eyes. She wants to share her codes in a more direct light language activation, but the whole video is really, you will be receiving her transmission to you. So if that's not something that you're interested in experiencing, then I wouldn't watch this. Int umbar halakim pialut ura serta imiasha shekin torot malelekin yononum nurate mihala kenyanen yonoro maratis yakon yurot yamahala karatis shekin. And so we all know that her and Isa, Mary Magdalene and Yeshua, had a child. After his death, she fled persecution because the Romans were killing his apostles, his disciples, and looking for them. And she left Palestine, the area that we know now as Palestine. She went on a trek through southern France and a bunch of other places. But her trail kind of left a cults of little collections of worshipers and followers of hers. Her body is in the south of France. Her frequency, the frequency of her imprint of her conscious experience when she walked this planet as Mary Magdalene is heavily imprinted in southern France. So a lot of people just find themselves there a lot, and then they realize that, oh, this is, connected with Mary Magdalene, and I've always kind of felt a resonance with her. And if you're one of those people, it's highly likely that you share her DNA, because she had a child. The name that she shares with me is Sarah Tamar. Sarah Tamar was the name that she gave her daughter, and her daughter had a daughter, and that daughter had children, and that daughter had children, and the genetics of Yeshua and Mary Magdalene have spread throughout this world. It's planetary at this point, and those children Salakian Urote Malakaratia Sikin Turoto Mayashara Sikimiri are waking up. She wants you to know that if you feel that resonance, that connection with her, it's because you share in your earthly avatar her genetics with Yeshua the Christ. Muluk or otem halakaratia sishikimirat ilakaratim yahitik yetunyoro umpratias ishikaratin intemperatia mihala erentartakayapiat is, and because of this Andromedan connection that you share with her, I always call the Andromedans the Luna Love Goods of our collective, because there is no blending in for an Andromedan. It's almost impossible for them to play the human role. I'm just gonna fit in, kind of thing. They're easy to spot. And it was the same thing with Mary Magdalene, because so we're gonna just go out there with her, with what she has to share, which is she was never a prostitute. That was a huge smear campaign by Pope Gregory, I think. I'm not sure which pope. There was an agenda of what was controlling the Catholic Church and the Vatican at that moment to, it was impossible to hide Yeshua's love for Mary Magdalene in the scriptures. It was impossible to edit that part out, and without removing so much. And so it was easier to belittle her than to let her really shine as who she was, because she was never, no offense to any sex worker. That's not the point of this. But the point was to call her a sex worker, to make her smaller, because she was really a very powerful, wealthy woman to begin with. She was independently wealthy, and she never fit in like so many like so many Andromedans. This world's conditioning and programming never made sense to her, and not even never made sense, and she kind of begrudgingly just did it. Like in so many Andromedan starseeds and Andromedan beings, she couldn't make herself do it. So saying that she could only pray at a certain time when women were allowed to pray or enter the temple and talk to God and connect to spirit and connect to source, it just didn't work for her. So she found herself at odds with a lot of her community because she didn't follow the rules. And more so than that, she didn't really have to. She wasn't pushed to be married to somebody for the need for some financial support, because she already had that through her own wealth. So when she heard the teachings of Yeshua and she found him, it was really her that pushed him to travel and to spread his healing and to spread his light and to spread his word. And she financially backed that campaign. She paid for Jesus to travel around to where he went to, and she paid for them to eat and for places for them to sleep, and it wasn't really a problem for her because of the mass amount of power and wealth that she had. So she was never this poor, helpless prostitute that just needed Jesus to come save her. She actually was one of his biggest supporters. And his love and his lover and his wife and his partner and his most cherished disciple. And there's a reason why he revealed his resurrection powers to her first and only her. And she also wants to share that there's a part in biblical text that said that that Yeshua purged he exorcised 7 demons from her, and that also is a little bit of a misinterpretation You're good at that, right? It's a little bit of a, it's not true. How about that? When the 7 demons were her chakras, and Yeshua opened her energetic centers. He opened her chakras. He activated her chakras. He amplified her ability to receive and transmit energy through these centers in the body. So the 7 demons were really blocks in her energetic body that he amplified and made pure, kind of cleared all karmic akashic debris, and then said, like, now you are like me. Right? So if you are watching this, you are probably one of their children, one of their descendants. The resonance within your cellular DNA would call you to this kind of transmission just naturally. So let's just ground in. Open yourself to receive. Activate your pillar of light, running parallel to your spinal column. And send your grounding cord down. This activation is going to focus on amplifying your whale chakra and waking it up if it's not already. If it is active already, then it will begin to apply a 5D template to that chakra. Send your cord down from your root and plunge it into the earth. Let Gaia support you. Let your cord drop down into the heart of Mother Earth, into the heart of Gaia, and let it anchor in there, locked in. This two-way flow with energetic channels, it's always a two-way flow. So you will release all heavy frequencies and you will receive all light from our ascendant Mama Gaia. So you're releasing and you're receiving through your grounding cord. Mo umbrat inyalartia tia si shekentio norote ama alart ia kekep ia shintiun huret ma alarete mia hierotin ya horatias art molekaratiasin shanarat imalakrit ia kikemiri shanyarat molorot ia halakart ia kemenen harat. Breathing that light up your cord and letting it come to about 3 to 4 feet below your feet, to the chakra of the whale matrix. Mieloronya tiasia shinyoroti malar halia kinkiantoroti malaretimi yeshaya kianu. The whales that swim through our oceans are the physical embodiments of the Elohim on this planet. And by activating the chakra beneath your feet, it is allowing the connection to your physical body of the heavenly bodies of the Elohim. Mulahart ia si shekinya dorote miantar ia kiant ura te malar ia si kintiat ilarat ite kintiat muhurat malakiant ia sa shantu urote mala sian urote ala kart ikik Mietiento rote mahalikin. Sarta ayaki mirat ora taramiatik. Sarte miantarate mialar. Eoro umbratia sikin kiarati mahaleti malar. Good. Chakras popping open now. Good. Mahar intitarian biati kinyaminentarian. Yuro intakaya leleyen yoroting. Saratin kiaretia shin tamartin tamakeratin. Kwanyan chik aratia mahola tarotia maachikant. Ontare tutare ture sohanka paratike mira. Eonora temiarati kanyaturotia. It at akampoyot urotias ik at amaratit miru urotia mahaleking. Just let yourself receive, calling in the angels and the dragons, the first light. Calling in the Lyrans to pull down our sacred container of safe space to receive these codes. The activation of Mary is coming through. The Magdalene Moor Antia Kinkyunt Oratias Ish Horati Miarat Ilaratinya Kyorotia Maia Shishek. See this beautiful beam of crimson light surrounded by two strong borders of gold, going right into your sacral chakra, right by your sacrum, the holy bone, the sacred bone. Activation is coming through now. Nindaratia kent you or it mia halek intiat iking or the karatia mia ad Melequaretian Yadorotia Mahaletian Yeret Iasun Chantratoya Mahalakian Yeret Ayakion Maliakian Yonu Malehekion Yashaliatiamur. You are breathing in, keeping yourself open and receptive. Any kind of pressure you feel releasing from your lower abdomen, breathe into it, allowing this beam of light to enter your field. Urudayama antakaya hiarotia shikin yorotoya mahalakratia si shikime halet minyonorote yaratia sinkintarat ipiash lelakratia mianiat ia kantatayat yat ikia kantar orientis michiantondrokaya mahaleng. Good. Receiving now. We're almost finished. Por antias, ik antias, mor antias, belentiat ora tia mia shantiat, lela koro tia mahiyuk, porianta ia kanya pirat ia sikimira tia pirat, ala karati mirekian ara karatia miantin, shunt ora tia mahalering. Good. Keep breathing in. Sayati anunudor, sayaki miren. Mielorotia maala kayat ik, miala karat ik. Para taratia mia shanturot. So much power in her code. So much power in that Andromedan rose light. Yet inarate yat inkarotia marat. Take a deep breath in and hold. Let that crimson gold light fill your field. Miasharat yamiarat ikinkian yotoroto yamat ichatan uchatan velekiant al piin shenekian ponton al lela karatim yahid ikimira. And exhale and just let it integrate through your field. Let it penetrate, let it eradicate, and let it amplify and grow. Oof. So be open to receiving the mantra, the thought, the affirmation that you should meditate on for these following weeks, and really let it blossom and let the seed grow through your consciousness and apply the way it applies to you bio-individually. Is the kingdom of God is within you. These are the most important words, and it should be interpreted and mulled over and puzzled and broke apart by your consciousness, because by doing so, you're unlocking yourself. Just keep that in your mind. The kingdom of God is within me. And that's it, I think. Are we finished? I think we're done. Okay, I think we did it. So, Satnam, so honored to share this transmission with you. And I hope you have a blessed everything, a blessed existence, blessed week, day, hour. Love you so much.